Yay, da, 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 hey, da, 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 hey, da, yay, da, 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 yay, da, 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 hey, da, 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 hey, da, 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 hey, da, da, hey, da, da, hey, da, 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 hey, da, 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 hey, da, ya, da, da, hey, da, da, yay, da, da, hey, da, 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da da ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 yeah, Boker Tov, good morning, and a happy Lag BaOmer, our 33rd day of the counting of the Omer and a holiday. We continue working our way through Kriyat Shema U'Virchoteha, the recitation of Shema and its blessings. We've covered the three blessings that encase Shema for creation, for Torah and love, for liberation. Yesterday we began to look at Shema itself. We started with the first two words of the first paragraph that give it its name, Shema Yisrael. Today I'd like to look at the next two words in the prayer, Adonai Eloheinu, both referring to God. Adonai is a substitute pronunciation of the four-letter name of God that is used in the Torah, Yud He Vav He. This name, which God gives, is a form of the verb to be. It's a reminder that at heart for us, as Rabbi David Cooper notes, God is a verb. It's an interesting thing. We tend to think of God as a noun, as some kind of mega being in the clouds, but really, grammatically, God is a verb, and God is active. God is the process of being. God is being, is becoming, is coming together, is the unifying force in the world. Yud He Vav He is also unclear, as biblical verbs are, around tense. God was, God is, God will be, all at the same time, present, past, future, all at once, inextricably tied to one another. The thing with this name that we say as Adonai is that no one knows how it was actually pronounced. This was only done once a year. The high priest would speak the name on Yom Kippur, but we know for sure it was not pronounced as Adonai. Adonai is just a substitute for the unpronounceable name. It also was not pronounced Jehovah, and probably not Yahweh, as some critics and some religious folks tend to presume. There's no reason to think that the name of God was pronounced that way. We simply and certainly do not know. But I like the suggestion of Rabbi Arthur Waskow, who proposes that Yud He Vav He, the Tetragrammaton, the four-letter name of God, is the sound of breathing, that it is the breath of life. Rabbi Waskow writes, "This is why I have been urging us to know God in our generation through pronouncing the unpronounceable name by simply breathing. Yud He Vav He with no vowels, as the interbreath of life, the one that keeps all life alive, that intertwines, that interbreathes the trees and grasses and ourselves." Rabbi Waskow concludes, "We breathe in what the trees breathe out. The trees breathe in what we breathe out. We breathe each other into life. Yud Hey, Vav Hey. So let us think of God then, of Adonai, as the breath of the entire universe, incomprehensibly vast, maybe infinite. That's what we speak of when we say Shema and refer to Adonai. We say we are speaking or we are hearing from the God of the vastness of the universe, but then we add another name for God, Eloheinu, our God. Now, Eloheinu, Elohim, is not a name for God, it's more a job description. Just like the English word God, I always note God is not a name, God is a job description. So Eloheinu just means God, and the nu at the end is our. Elohim is God, Eloheinu is our God. So what we're suggesting here is that Adonai, this vast breath of the universe, is also ours, cares about us, insists that our individual lives are precious beyond measure. Now, if you think about it, this is kind of crazy. I have a photograph I keep in my office. It's a poster made from a picture taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. Supposedly, it's a picture taken when the telescope aimed at a tiny field of space equivalent to the size of a dime viewed from 75 yards away. So a tiny, tiny speck of space. And focusing on this space deeply, the camera gives us an image that contains over 2,000 galaxies. Imagine that. A space, a tiny, tiny dot in the vastness of space, and even that tiny dot contains 2,000 galaxies. I look at that picture in my office when I need a reminder for humility. And think about that then. Who could believe that the God that breathed through this vast, incredible expanse where the tiniest speck of space contains 2,000 galaxies, that a God who is permeated through all of that would possibly care for or take notice of us, one little species on one little planet in the corner of one little galaxy? That is insane chutzpah, which is to say, it's Jewish. So when we say Shema, we acknowledge the vastness of the creation, and at the same time, we affirm that our lives, that our choices matter cosmically. Adonai Eloheinu, the source of all the universe, is ours and is in relationship with us. Reflect on that for a moment. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. conclude with the Omer count. As noted, today is a holiday, Lag BaOmer, so that is obviously going to give away our count. Today, examine Hod Shebahod, the trait of humility that is contained within humility. Rabbi Jacobson notes, examine the humility of your humility. Everyone has humility or modesty in her or his heart. The question is the measure and manner in which one consciously feels it. Learn to cultivate your humility by interacting with people, focusing upon it, evoking modesty and humility that motivates you to grow. Am I afraid to be humble? Do I mask and protect my modesty with aggressive behavior? Is my humility humble? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'tzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer hayom shlosha u'shloshim yom shehem shlosha shavuot v'chamisha yamim la'omer. Today's the 33rd day of the Omer, 4 weeks and 5 days. Happy Lag BaOmer.